Alright guys, welcome back. Got something new today that I wanted to share with you guys. I'm asked a lot about soldering. I do a lot of it. Okay, I do all types of soldering. I do it for work, I do it for hobbies, I do all types of stuff. General repair work, whatever. Okay, so what I get asked a lot of times is if I want to solder, what do I need? Well, if you're going to be doing electrical and you want to learn how to do that type of stuff, you want to practice or whatever, I suggest getting something that works, that's not too expensive, and you can start to learn how to solder. It's not hard. You need a heating element, basically a soldering gun like this. Okay, this is a Weller. This is a good solder gun. This is my favorite solder gun for general purpose use. Okay, I need a new tip. I got one laying over here. This thing is destroyed from messing around with brass and such. But in any case, this is a large tip. Now, again, there's a tool for every job. The benefit of having a solder gun like that is durability. They're very good. They're reliable. They get very hot. They work. Okay. I also have a soldering station from Weller, which I'll show you in a moment. Okay, so this unit here is the solder station. This is also a Weller. Variable temperature control. This one is using a very fine tip, which I need a new one as well on here. I haven't used this in quite some time. In any case, this is my home unit. I keep this at home. I just use that for the hobbies mostly. Okay, as you can see underneath one of the tanks, that's what I do a lot of brass work on these things and soldering and such. So, and the electrical as well. So that's what I use this for. Okay, you need a small gun like this sometimes. A small soldering iron like this is actually what it's called because of the tiny tip. All right, depending on what kind of electrical work you're doing. And that brings me to what I wanted to show you today. All right, this is a kit that was sent to me from Amazon. I have the link below in the description where you can buy this. I've been testing it for a couple of days before I decided to do any video with it. This is how the kit comes. All right, it's very cheap. It's under $20. And it as well this does not have a station as the Weller does, okay? But it is a small pencil type solder iron rather, with a very small tip, and it comes with multiple tips, as you can see here. All right, there's all different types of tips here for cutting or whatever type of work you're doing. Okay, if you want a heavier tip or a thinner tip, whatever you want, they have it here. Okay, it comes with a pack of 5 different tips plus the one that's in the iron when you get it, and comes with some other nifty stuff. It comes with a couple of pairs of tweezers, which are actually really nice. Surprisingly, they're actually very nice. All right, very good little set of tweezers. It also comes with a sponge. That's to clean your tip. A little thing here to hold the sponge in. All right, put the sponge in here. You can just kind of lay this down and, all right. It also comes with solder. I believe this is rosin core. I did not try the solder, but I'm sure that's what it is. Okay, this will work fine for electrical. And it comes with this as well, which is pretty cool. This is all under $20, guys. Keep that in mind. This is a solder sucker. All right. This thing I actually tested today when I had to fix my amp clamp, and this thing works really well. I was shocked at how well this thing worked. Let me put it that way. I was shocked because I have this one, which I left home. I was working at home on something, and this is an expensive solder sucker. Very expensive. More money than this whole kit, but it works very well. I was pleasantly surprised with this guy, though. All right, so what I'm going to tell you is this thing. I've tested it. I've used it today. I repaired a low amp clamp with this today. I used the solder iron. I used the solder sucker. I did not use the solder, unfortunately, but I should have. I'm sure it would have been fine, but I used my Kessler solder that I had sitting in the box. In any case, if you look here, you'll notice a very faint, I just plugged this thing in, a very faint red light there. You can see that. There it is. And here is, and I can already feel this thing warming up. There's your temperature control. Alright, so as you turn this dial, man, it's hard to do things through the viewfinder. God. As you turn this dial, you'll notice the intensity of that LED go up. Well, that's the same as the heat. Alright, this thing is variable from, what is it? 200 degrees up to 450 degrees, I believe. Does that sound right? Yeah, it's 60 watt. And this thing works a treat, okay? It is fantastic. I'm glad that they sent it. I love this thing. I'm keeping this in my toolbox, all right? The only thing this does not have is the stand, like this one, all right? And this will not work on here. I mean, not really. It doesn't really fit right. You can see the difference, okay, in the two. However, if this is an absolute necessity and you have to have the stand, they make a kit that includes the stand and some other components as well for under $30, I believe. All right, and this thing is hot. All right, this thing works fantastic, guys. I love it. The only thing you have to be careful of is when you lay it down. Okay, you can lay it like that on a surface and it's fine. It's not going to burn anything, but don't put your hand down, because it seems like with soldering irons, when people put them down like this and they're on, it's almost like you're a moth to the flame. You have to touch it, you know. You lay your arm on it or whatever. So just be really careful of that, all right? I'm going to just do a quick demonstration here for you guys to show you that this thing actually works very well. And keep in mind, guys, I have all, you know, we use all different types of soldering equipment. This is another one, okay? This is a blazer. This is a micro torch, all right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to flip a light on, actually, so you guys can see a little better. I'll zoom in a bit. And I'm just going to do this for the sake of the video. I'm just going to use these little clamps here to hold my wire together. I'm just going to quickly do this. And I'm going to do this loosely so you guys can, I'm not going to really tie this together like, you know, real tight or anything. I'm just going to leave it like that so you guys can see it. And I'm going to take my solder that I have. Actually, you know what? We'll use the solder that they gave us out of the tube. I'm not going to use my own solder. Just pop it through the tube. That. Okay. And I'm not using any flux here or anything. I'm just going to put some heat on here. All right, let the wire heat up a moment. And I'm going to feed a little bit. There. And as you can see, this thing gets hot in a hurry. And there it is. All right, nice clean solder. As you can see, I think you can see. Yes, maybe. Yes, no. Nice and clean, very good. Happy, happy. All right, and that's a good solder joint. All right, and like I said, this thing is variable temperature, so you don't have to. You could actually lower the temperature down if you're working on circuit boards and such. You know, it's fantastic. This is, for this money, this thing is absolutely fantastic. I love it. I'm probably going to buy some more of them, actually, to keep as spares in my box. I love this thing. It's, you know, you guys could buy. They do offer the you know, the butane solder irons, you know, that are cordless, obviously. I personally have used them a number of times. I do not like them. I find that the heat does not work as well with them as it does with the electrical solder irons. I don't think they get as hot as fast. Usually I used to have to wait for them to heat up. And when I'm trying to get work done, that's really a no-go for me. I want to, you know, I want to plug it in and I want to get done. Of course, if you're working outside where you don't have electricity, for whatever reason and you need that, it's a good secondary backup for that type of work. But like I said, personally, I am not a huge fan of that. I prefer electric for soldering irons. So if you're looking for something that's cheap and seems to be extremely reliable, I'm going to put the link in the description below where you can buy this. Try it out. Let me know what you think. You know, I love this thing, and I do a lot of this kind of work, so we're going to find out how durable it is in the coming months. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. I hope that this helps some of you guys out. If you're looking for solder iron, let me know what you think. I'll talk to you soon.